today, flash that thing, show them. Yeah, we are officially engaged.
Yeah, so step one.
Step one.
Yeah.
Step one. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to
Chennai to Lagos.
Yes, so we are back with another one, and thank you guys so much. You've been so awesome, the support we've received. So today's video is very, very interesting. A lot of you guys were on my case because, it's pretty much my case. I think it was the second video we did,
Yeah.
and where guys were asking questions and they were saying...
It was both the second and the third. When are you guys getting married? When are we eating wedding cake? Has he popped the question yet? When is it happening? No? Okay.
Anyway, today, flash that thing, show them. Yeah, we are officially engaged.
Yeah, so step one.
Step one.
Yeah.
Step one. So, we're excited. A lot of things to come. And what we wanted to do for this video, it's going to be an interesting one. We wanted to kind of react to the actual proposal video. If you've not seen it, we're going to put it in the link so you can check it out. Because there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes, and we wanted to kind of give you guys a bit more context, and then also let you know a bit of the things that happened.
Yeah, I
Afterwards.
probably haven't even heard of some of the stuff he's gonna say.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
just to give you guys the context, what happened before, and kind of give you a glimpse of the things that happened after. We want to keep it as real as possible, so you guys can, enjoy it with us, but also learn from things. So people who might be following this path down the line, you don't make some mistakes. So, all right then. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Let's go. So that's you guys getting ready.
Yeah. And for me, insisted she needed to take this video, and I was like, okay. Yeah, this is a very cool part.
So, just to add, so one of the things that the plan was, by the time she gets there, she'll get a rose from the staff, and then she'll be ushered up there, and when you meet everyone else, you get a rose as well, leading up to me. And I was actually meant to have like a bouquet with me, which I didn't have, but yeah. Anyway, so one of the funny things that happened during this point was, we as we talked with the staff member there, we knew that it was Betty that told me. Betty knew that if they give you and they don't give Fumi, she just knew that she'll be flipping out. Why are these guys doing these kind of things? Is it because I'm Indian?
Is it because I'm light skinned?
But the funny thing is that she did something similar.
So wait, at this point, Fumi was like, you walk up the stairs with the rose and I'll take a video of you. So I was like, okay. But I also love the hotel quite a bit, the Hemingway's hotel. It's so beautiful. So I was like, cool, I don't mind taking a video. But again, I was like, why? If you keep going. Yeah, so this is a part where that thing was really bothering me. I'm like, why didn't they give her a rose? So I'm like, actually, you'll carry this when you're coming down. So I'll take a video of you coming down. Well, I never really did that.
Yeah.
But a part of me was just really killing me. I'm like, why didn't they give her a rose?
So this is when everything started to unfold. Everyone was set. She had the first rose, and my heart was just boom, 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 because now I knew she was coming up the stairs.
So at this very point, I immediately spotted a white girl. And one of my closest friends, Sandra, she's Romanian. So for a second, she looked like Sandra, but she was wearing a mask, but the height and the stature, everything was Sandra. I'm like, I don't think Betty knows Sandra. But again, what do I know? Maybe they do. So at this point, I was just standing and I'm like, kind of assessing the people with the roses. And I was wondering, am I the person who's supposed to walk, or are they rehearsing for this function? This like sort of a ushering rehearsal or something. So I wasn't sure. And Fumi just didn't stop recording. So I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, that's.
They're just taking them.
I mean, they really wanted to give the roses to me.
You didn't even look up. You're just taking the roses.
Yeah, I wanted to read those things so bad because I'm like, then I'll probably have a clue of what's happening.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a chance.
But I think this was the moment.
Yeah, you see how I look? Like, that's my other friend, Nana, and she just, I know my friend so well. I mean, like the height and her hair. So I was like, hold on.
I think this is when you started to see something is.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going
different.
on? This is Ola Pato. I mean, this was like the giveaway. And then, so at this very point, this is Betty, the last person taking my bag. Betty. So obviously we're here for her function.
Yeah.
But she's here taking my bag. So
let me tell you the funniest part. I just have to move back just a bit. Hold on. I think this part is so hilarious. So just watch how, like, there's a slight confusion. You see her hand. Am I shaking you? No.
No, I remember Betty clearly saying, "I'll take the bag. Please remove your mask."
Oh, okay. Yeah, that part just gets.
Yeah, and then at this very point, from my side eye, I had already seen Tom standing all by himself in the middle of nowhere. So I was already like, oh my God, is this what I think it is? And my heart started to beat so fast.
Mine was
but
really
also,
beating.
mind you, I'm from Cranberry Stairs, so I was really out of breath. And I hadn't worn heels in 6 months. I was just like, and like the mask was really like, I was just like, I was literally hyperventilating at this point.
And
like, you can see me just
take
puffing
that
and
breath.
puffing. Yeah.
This is where my own heart just started to. I don't understand why I get emotional when I watch this thing.
So I found the petals on the floor and I was like, am I supposed to stand here with the petals? So I was asking Tom, he's like, no, don't bother.
I was still thinking going to Canada because I thought that was where my life was going to pick up. And that didn't work out. And my friends kept telling me that there was something, there was a bigger reason for this happening. I couldn't see what it was. And we came to USIU, and I still couldn't see the silver lining at the end of it. And I joined Mr. Miss, and I found you. And I realized that the reason why I had to stay was everything was leading to the past 4 years with you have been the best.
About to break down.
The best years of my life. And you made me better, you gave me more confidence, you made me appreciate myself more, you strengthened my relationship with God. And every day with you has literally been the best day of my life. And I remember on your birthday, I had a present for you that I called 26 reasons. And I was telling you 26 reasons why I love you. But the truth is, 26 is not enough. Whether it's 500, 1,000, so I will spend the rest of my life telling you why I love you. So, will you marry me?
Boy, these people are so nice.
That's Elvis. The song that he's playing, he actually came through and he did his thing. So
he's super talented.
So grateful, Elvis. I think some of the things that I talk about in the speech, the whole going to Canada, the whole USIU thing, we'll eventually bring that up when we officially do like our story, our joint story together. You know. Yeah, because a lot of that is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like so much was happening the moment when you were talking.
Yeah.
There was so much stimuli around me. So there were people
Yeah.
that I hadn't met in 6 months or so,
Yeah.
you know. I wasn't even sure about what was really happening. I was really loading like really slow for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
And then also a part of me then started to remember, oh my god, I didn't wash my hair. My hair must look so greasy as I stand here. And then another part of me was like, is my bra strap showing? Because you know, when you're going to place, like adjust everything, especially if you're wearing a dress. But like I didn't really get to do that.
Yeah.
So much was running at the back of my mind. And then also I was listening to Tom, and this was all like, wow, this is so deep. When did he write all this? Why didn't he tell me he was planning this?
It was from the heart.
Yeah.
And I was ideally meant to give you a bouquet.
Yeah.
But I think it worked out because you wouldn't have been able to hug me like that. It would have been so huge.
It was pretty huge. It was like a baby. So much is going through my mind. And I feel like I've always known I wasn't the girl to cry when
You know, this part is complex because I thought everyone just thought she was the one that was going to cry. And honestly, I think I was the one that ended up doing that.
Yeah, Tom cried and I didn't cry.
It was like a subtle cry. It was a G cry, you know,
it wasn't
gangster.
like,
it was a gangster cry, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the funny thing. I didn't ever see myself being like as emotional as I was in this moment. And I think it's one of the things that I learned from this whole thing is that there's a real difference. You know, we've talked about this being in a relationship, being engaged, and for sure being married. You know, a lot of times you think that these are just, this is just pretty much one and the same.
Societal
thing, you know,
pressure.
Different titles, but man, like in this moment, that's when it came to me to realize that whoa. Obviously, I've always known, like ever since we started this journey, I knew this is where it was heading. But when this moment actually happens, and the thing is, we always talk about this day, like we always talk about the proposal day casually, right?
Yeah.
Before. But the moment it happens, there's so much emotion because we realize that, I think for me, that I was actually walking into a new level entirely.
Yeah.
Best moment of my life to date.
And mine too. Yeah, I mean, all this just brings back memories of how people came through that day, our friends. Oh, this cake was amazing.
So much.
And like this head thing, like the crown, Sandra got it for me.
Hey, Betty.
Yeah. So it was beautiful.
Look at that ring. Oof. Hey, it's in the squad.
Yeah. I mean, I never really wanted a crowd for my engagement, but I really did want people who meant the world to me there. And these are exactly the people there.
This is officially like my song. Elvis, you made like the theme music to our love story.
Yeah.
I love this picture.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Man, I get so. But I want to thank everyone. There's so many guys, even Kelvin who helped with the filming.
Yes, thanks, Kelvin.
Just all the guys who came. Obviously Betty for just handling everything for me.
Yeah.
For me was she.
For making me look good.
Man, and just helping with the planning. This thing has been going
Ola
for
for
a while.
holding my bag for half the time.
But otherwise, so many guys came through and it helped it. And that was the beautiful proposal,
Very beautiful. And I was just so over the top about all of it. Like, I posted it on Instagram, and I just wanted to share that with everyone. But before that, I actually sent it to my parents, of course, just so that they don't hear it from someone else. And so this is where the entire drama, quote unquote drama, begins. Okay.
I think what I learned from this, which is important for I think anyone who might be on this journey, is that culture is very, very important in helping you understand the decisions to make, right? Especially when you have two very cultural communities
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I did is that I had not exactly, obviously it's a proposal and you don't go and screaming to the world and everything. And one of the things that I realized after is that after the proposal, a lot of people who didn't know from your family side, in Indian cultures, especially where you're from, an engagement is done differently. Even in Yoruba culture, engagements are done differently. It's between families.
Yeah. It's
and
between
things.
two families, and it takes a lot of talking and conversations even before you get there. So ideally it would have gone like your parents coming to my parents asking for my hand. You probably won't even be in the picture.
Exactly.
Like you'd probably be left at home,
Even
and
Yoruba,
I would be told to go to the room, and then they would talk, and they would ask questions like, so who's your family, and who back in the day I hear they used to do that so that they make sure they're not marrying within the family. So it was their way of finding out, so what's your background, so they know we're not related of some sort, right? So that carried on to become a real culture. So it takes parents take a lot of pride in that process because they want to be the one to stamp the relationship and say, okay, you're good to go, like go ahead and like get married. But because we live in Kenya, and as much as we have the culture imbibed quite a bit in us, there's some things we've not followed, at least this generation,
Yeah, this was a very Western approach.
It was
every
like the
girl
surprise
wants,
engagement
special,
and all that. Exactly. So it was movie-like, for example, and my
cost.
family didn't. My family didn't.
Yeah.
My family didn't get that, because to them it was like, hold on.
Jump the gun.
In fact, the question they asked me is, hold on, are you married? And I'm like, no, I'm engaged. And they're like, what does that mean? I'm like betrothed, like I'm committed to this person. And they're like, oh, what does ring signify? Like even things like that. I even came to realize that, wow, my family in India, the way they understand this concept is very different from the way we've decided to understand it. And I felt really, really bad about it because, and that just shows you the huge culture gap sometimes, even within your own culture. Like, I mean, I'm Indian and I feel like I didn't understand what my parents were feeling. So my cousin, she's like one of the older cousins in our family, and she really likes Tom, and they've been in conversation for a while now. And she was almost really angry when she felt that she didn't know about this thing happening. A lot of my family didn't know, but the thing was, I didn't know it was happening. So there's no way I would have told them. And I feel like Tom didn't want to let them know before, because we've never really had that deep conversation, like Tom and my family, and in him doing so, then I would at the end of it know that this was the plan. So we had to pacify them quite a bit and make them see that this is not marriage, like the wedding is yet to happen. This is not a license yet. And like that's the license thing is really, really true. Like it's paperwork. Even at the engagement, things are done on paper, people have signed and all that. So when you do it this way, they're like, what kind of joke is this? Are you playing games? So I was so happy. And then the following next 2 days, I was dealing with so much stress from my family, just in me understanding them and them understanding me. And but I think the greatest lessons from this is that I think both of us, we didn't understand the repercussions of this whole, like it's something we had not thought about, right? Especially, I think this is now the cons of being a third culture citizen. You're not exactly in your environment, and so come on, she's Indian, I'm Nigerian. We don't know how this thing works. It's not something where you just, even from like the Nigerian side of things, like how we would approach engagements, we know that exactly is not going to apply here. So there's a lot of things that we didn't know about, but I'm really happy because I was able to also reach out to your cousin. She's also like a big sister to me now, and I understood what
I shouldn't have done. And I reached out and definitely even apologized for that. And I think to anyone else who might be in this,
you might
want
be
to
dating
take this
outside
thing,
your culture.
if you're able to, let's say like in your case, like for me, I have family members on your side that at least I communicate with.
Yeah.
It's always very, very good to speak with some of them, especially those that are closer to where all the family is. I think they will be able to kind of give you a lot more information to help you. I know that a lot of times you don't reach out because you fear that, maybe there'll be opposition, but if you have reached a point where you have enough of that trust, I think just take that leap to just try and understand it, because people see things from their cultural lens, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want a situation where an action that you take, with very, very good intention turns out to be the thing that causes issue. Like, it's not even about us being interracial. That's not where the drama. That's not even the drama. It's the process.
In fact, maybe I should tell them the good part as well, so that
it's
not like
it's not all doom,
after
guys.
like days of talking with my dad, with my mom, with my cousins, the biggest support came from my cousins. They were quickly able to see, this is what I wanted, and they really loved Tom so much. Some of them talked to him, some of them, we haven't really had like a communication line open, but regardless, like when they were talking to me, they're like, we trust your judgment, and he seems like a very nice person, and our issue is never about whether he's not brown or he's not like a different race, that was not the issue. The issue is just, it wasn't an issue, but the thing we didn't understand is how you guys went through the process.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of learning process for the both of us. We
Definitely.
were on edge for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
I feel like I wasn't able to process the happy moment I had, because for 2 weeks straight I was on calls, each lasting like 2 hours or so, and because I was on edge, he was on edge, because he was like, what are they saying, and it was never an issue about why are you marrying this person. No, it was just like, but you didn't tell us you were getting engaged. I'm like, I didn't know I was getting engaged, and they couldn't understand how I did not know I was getting engaged. So you see, like, there's no surprise element in the engagement process in Indian culture. It's like out in the front. Even your neighbors know you're going to get engaged, so if you're telling them you don't know, they're like, how don't you know that you're going to get engaged? Are you lying to us? So I look like a liar to my own family. So there was a lot of back and forth, to be honest, but everything has chilled out. Everyone is pretty cool, and now we're talking about what's next.
So the journey is just starting, and we thank God, God has helped, put out fires, and like as she said, the issue is not about what people traditionally think, the issue comes about with when you do things in a way that kind of challenge your cultural lens, and I think that's the very, very important thing.
Also, when you're not like in the same place, and basically they see things on social media, they see things on YouTube. The way it's conveyed to them is different from if you were to walk up to them and tell them what's happening. So in this case, we all live in different countries. My cousins are in different countries. My parents are in India. I'm here, and so anything they see on social media just looks like superficial. It could look like one sentence captions, but there's so much more I want to say.
So I think really to sum this up, the proposal, you guys have seen what happened, but I think the really key takeout is culture. Understanding the culture you're dealing with is so critical, and I think that's one of the things that as this channel begins to evolve, this is a learning experience that I think we can build off of.
We can always share,
and definitely it will help us, especially me, make better decisions in the future, especially knowing the families that we're with. Because definitely we are both in the same, like we both don't know what to expect. I would have to
interact with people from Nigeria, where they might have not seen an Indian like me before. So there's a way I need to know how I need to talk to them, how I can communicate best, and the same goes for you. So it's both ways, and honestly, we knew something like this was bound to happen, like in our 4-year relationship, and I think we're entering that process where there'll be a lot of not bad stuff, but like questions thrown around, opinions coming in. So we're just praying that we have the right mental stamina to get through this.
Yeah, so we will keep you guys, I guess, updated with some of the things. Obviously, not everything, but you will definitely see the journey unfold. And I think if there's anything I can just leave as a takeout, is understand the culture you're dealing with. Like, I think that probably sounds obvious, but it's so important. Understand the culture you're dealing with. It can save you a
So
lot of
much
stress. Yeah, and it might make things easier, and it can help you in other areas where you fall short. Understanding the culture you're dealing with, because that's how people view the world, and that will ultimately affect how they respond to things. So we're happy. We're happy.
Very
we are
happy.
finally engaged.
Yeah, we're finally here.
You know,
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy too. You know, it's a different.
I mean,
level.
it's not just the ring. Like, what it signifies is what's important.
Yeah. So, obviously, we're excited for what is to come, and definitely, we really look forward to seeing how this part of the journey unfolds, what the future holds down the line, and you guys seeing, you know, and learning from this whole combination and all that. So
I feel like I've had the most firefighting done in the past few weeks. I was
Fires
just putting
out.
out fires everywhere
yes,
with the fire
saving the
extinguisher.
environment so
Through
good.
prayer. Like, I was just praying, fire extinguished,
Yeah.
praying, fire extinguished.
Yeah, but we're happy. We're in a very good place. Families are, you know, now about getting into conversations.
Yeah, they're kind of gelling.
And we are preparing for the next
But we're also trying to be
phase.
very patient,
Yeah.
because just to give them time to process as well.
Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am.
What?
My bad. That's like Anyway, I think that is it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, guys. So thank you for joining us again.
Yeah.
Click the subscribe button, like, subscribe, click the notification bell, so you can keep up with updates. But yes, we will definitely be back again, same time next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So God bless. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Chico.
See? You want to do a cheers
Yeah.
before we start? What are we cheersing?
To a good video.
A good video.